Well, listener, I'm going to say this. I would never call Bilal Muhammad a bum. What he did to Leon Edwards was wholly impressive. And what he did to Leon Edwards was essentially, take him down, drop him on his head a bunch of times, and control him, not allowing him to avoid the takedown. Oddly, last night, Muhammad did not shoot for the first round, I think. And when he did shoot, he missed it and he kind of gave it up. I think he finally landed two takedowns late. It was a game plan I would not have expected out of him unless he knew, hey, Jake Magdalena's got this really good takedown defense, and I'm not going to be able to do to Jake what I did to Leon. And everybody seemed to know exactly that fact, except me and maybe some people in the crowd. You seem to know, listener. Jake keeps his head very low, right? And when you're able to do that, it's a little bit like wrestling. I used to do it for the double leg. I keep my leg low, my head low, so if you want to shoot, you're going to headbutt me into yourself, and that's fine. You use the head as a weapon. Daniel Cormier talked about that in wrestling last night. Hands and head, right? That's how you keep someone off your legs. And Magdalena did it like a complete expert, right? Which is kind of odd. Magdalena is not an American wrestler by any means, right? He's Australian. You wouldn't have thought that would be a strength of his, but it very much was. He combined head movement with boxing, including head movement with wrestling to keep, Muhammad off his legs. Not that Muhammad went there very much. Listen, Jake was dominant. He was a dominant champ. They asked him afterward, you can do Islam? He said, yeah, I'm going to beat Islam for Volk. And it seems to me that the UFC knew this was going to happen. They sort of had a timeline for this. Who knows who Poirier is going to fight for the lightweight title now. Islam's going to fight Jake Magdalena for the welterweight title. Although Islam said he's not going to give up the lightweight title, didn't he? Look, man, incredible fight. Striker, grappler, striker, grappler, striker, grappler. I said somebody would remove the title from Bilal. We didn't know who it was going to be. I didn't know it was going to be so soon. I mean, wow. Magdalena is a typical tough guy that you see in boxing crossed over into MMA, right? Like, he's got good enough takedown defense where you're not going to get to him, and he's going to outbrawl you. And his speed with his kicks and his hands is absolutely incredible. And although Bilal hung and tried to strike with Magdalena, at the end of the day, I don't think he could keep up with Jake's speed. I mean, he couldn't grab that teep that Jake kept sticking in his stomach all night. So I was wholly impressed, man. I mean, I think the world just got a lot more exciting with Jake as champ, and I can't wait to see him fight Islam. There it is.